Left-Wing Kingz. Listen, think, act, repeat.
The United States has tried various diplomatic avenues to deal with Iran, and since none of them have slowed Iran down, Israel has always been wary of diplomacy. Ace, can Israel afford to rely on international diplomacy, or will military action be more effective in stopping Iran?
Unfortunately, they got to kind of deal with both, but diplomacy hasn't been good for them, especially when it comes to Iran. I mean, God, just think about us in Iran, the hostages.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these fools just took hostages one time. You know what I'm saying? Just,
Yeah.
you know, the Iraq war, which was when Iraq actually fought Iran for us. Saddam Hussein, when he was actually our ally. I mean, it's never been good. So, I mean, who do you sit down with? And it's a known fact that they're backing all the groups. That's the funny part about it, is like with Israel, they're not even having really problems from a country right now. They're having problems from groups backed by a country. You know what I'm saying? Even though Iran's kind of jumped up now. But like you said, if it was more countries like Israel, Sudan, and all these other countries, which they don't like them either, you know what I'm saying? But they're not having a problem with the country. They're having problems with these groups, which are backed, you know. And that's so we can't say, oh, Iran, you know what I'm saying? Since you want to attack them, let's go bomb all your people over here or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really point a finger to them. But yeah, end of the day in the story, I think that, yeah, they need both. They have to be diplomatic in one way, shape, or form, but they have to rely heavily on military action right now because the angle that they're being attacked, like I said, they're technically not being attacked by a country. They're getting attacked by these groups. You know what I'm saying? So they have to be diplomatic, and they got to use the military thing to do that.
I would argue and say that they are being like attacked by Iran. They've been attacked by them twice. The first time with those drones, which were slow moving, so they was kind of like, yeah, it's not a big deal. To me, it's still a big deal. If they had drones come over here dropping shit on us, we'd be mad. But once again, that's the other topic. And then they had the missiles, the 180 missiles. So Iran has had direct attacks. But you're right. There are other groups outside of Iran who are backed by Iran. But if we back like Israel, motherfuckers look at us. Why shouldn't we be looking at Iran?
Yeah, shoot. I mean, I think Iran's kind of unfair because they've been an enemy so long with us. Like, I mean, it's just like I don't even know where you start diplomatically with them. You know what I'm saying? It's like Iran. You know, them dudes when they bombed Israel, they went to the streets yelling "Death to America." You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't like us,
I said,
man.
we back them, so they looking at us.
Yeah, they just don't like us. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so
we got to figure out the why.
how do you solve that diplomatically? I think everything we did diplomatically with them. When I think Obama came close, but then gave them all that money. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't work.
Leave me alone.
You know, that didn't work. So
that was their money. That
I mean, it's their money that they had, but we were holding. But still, it's like I don't know what works with them diplomatically. So I'm almost leaning to the point where you can only deal with them militarily.
Right.
You know
what are your thoughts?
Well, I think Israel has tried to work in diplomacy as far as with the United States and the Europe from what I researched on it, and that they tried to sanction and pretty much tried to isolate. Like they just tried to isolate them. Like, I'm gonna leave you alone. You're gonna leave us alone. We're not gonna deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just like that enemy, like at school. Like, you the bully. I get it. We don't have to like each other, but just kind of coexist on there. So I did think they tried to curb them, especially with those nuclear things that they had and stuff. But they did use military action quite a few times because it said that they had like a military action against them. 1981, bombing of reactors. That was Iraq. No, that was Iraq. And then 2007 strike, a reactor in Syria. So they've used those kind of things like, hey, you ain't trying to blow us up or nothing. I'm going to make sure that doesn't occur. So we're going to curb what we're doing, but we're going to blow up your stuff too. But again, I think the risk of the military action is the retaliation and the limited impact. Because Iran's no joke, though. You know what I'm saying? Those people, their patriotism's on a different level than ours. They will die for the cause. Take you with it. We're patriotic to a point, and yes, we fight and stuff, but they're on some other stuff. And I think that's why the United States does kind of take a pause, because they ain't playing. They will wipe you off this earth.
like we ain't never hit the streets when America attacked somebody saying fuck the enemy. Like they
Right. We don't do that. We ain't blowing
they
ourselves
just regular
up.
damn people. And
Yeah.
shit.
They're on a different level. And I think
Yeah.
the United States recognizes that when they say they coming, they coming.
Yeah, I'm just saying. We ain't sat there and
No.
we got attacked and we ain't do that shit. Like,
No.
They do not like us.
They
Plain
fly
and
planes
simple.
into buildings, guys.
Yeah.
Like that's
I will say
serious.
this though, the main thing that I take away from this is that diplomacy.
I don't think.
We've been trying that, man, and not only with Iran, Russia, China, like to your point that you said, it's a very good point. We try to distance ourselves. We're not gonna fuck with y'all. We're gonna put sanctions on you and all this
Yeah.
and that. These motherfuckers go through all of the suffering that they going through. North Korea and like Russia
Don't
is
care.
in a shithole. It's like a ghetto now. They don't care. Fuck Russia. Like fuck you. We still attacking Ukraine. Yeah, we ain't got shit. Our people are starving. We gonna attack Ukraine anyway. You know what I'm saying?
always
Iran,
yeah.
same shit. Like we don't care. Y'all motherfuckers gonna eventually give us our money back anyway if y'all do some shit. So we gonna do whatever the fuck we want to do. This diplomacy shit ain't working. And Israel is like, look, motherfuckers, I'll blow up some pagers, nigga, on somebody. But I ain't trying to just sit here and sanction motherfuckers no more.
Because it
I'm
doesn't work.
done.
Right, 'cause they still doing.
Motherfuckers it's not stopping
No.
anyone. Maybe if I blow up the pager on the old hip, you'll shut the fuck up and stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they not doing that. And they're tired of it. They're tired of
They're
talk.
exhausted. Yeah.
It's just like sometimes we get tired of talk too.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I think I'm tired of talk. I'm gonna do something now.
Yeah.
And that's what they doing. That's the best context that I could put around it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just, oh man, it's a shit show out there, man. It's funny you started pages. I was thinking like, y'all kind of wrong for carrying pages.
Hey, they did that shit because motherfuckers was intercepting their cell phones.
Yeah.
And information. These niggas trying to
Where they get them pages
they
from? though,
downgraded,
dog?
nigga. Page
Downgraded.
marked.
Like, who's still rocking pages like that, nigga? Like, you know that nigga was happy. Like, y'all want what, nigga? Like, shit,
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of those.
I got 800 of them back here I can sell you, nigga. Like, little did they know them shits was bombs and shit.
Hey, man, but I want to talk about the next topic, and that goes right back to something you brought up earlier, was like the influence, man, of Iran over like
Yeah.
all these other countries.